Imagine the U.S. government becoming more tyrannical, denying citizens the God-given, unalienable rights granted by the U.S. Constitution. Don't think, don't think that it can't happen to us, as history shows us, such as ancient Rome and Nazi Germany, free people succumb to tyranny. Without militias to combat potential tyrannical, overreaching government, our way of life, including our freedom of choice and the liberty to pursue our heart's desires, will be merely a footnote in history if those who rule us should choose it. I care about this topic because I'm a veteran, I'm a literal constitutionalist, and I believe in the rights of the militia. And I want you to support militia rights to exist, to meet, to train, as they serve only to protect the Constitution and our rights as a free people, and to condemn those such as the FBI who would take those rights from us all. Do not fear those who would fight for us. I first want you to know the FBI perceptions of militia and why these rights are under attack. Militias are considered constitutional extremists and domestic terrorists by the FBI. According to the FBI website, in September 2011, author unknown, militia members view themselves as protecting the U.S. Constitution, other U.S. laws, and protecting their individual liberties. Militias believe that the Constitution grants citizens the power to take back the federal government by force or violence if they feel it necessary. They oppose gun control efforts and fear the widespread disarming of American citizens by the federal government. The FBI believes that militiamen are conspiracy theorists. According to the FBI, one of the primary theories that militias believe in is that the United Nations is trying to gain the right to use its military forces anywhere in the world, and that they are working tirelessly to gain that right to get into sovereign U.S. territory. The FBI, which is the muscle of the U.S. government, published this report to criminalize and demonize militia and alter public perceptions and support of the militia. Now we'll look at what the militias truly believe and the cause of this predicament. According to Mr. Lund of the Heritage Foundation in 2014, our founding fathers mistrusted standing armies. Due to their long history of being Englishmen and colonization, the founding fathers believed large nations primarily used armies and soldiers to oppress the people. At the Second Constitutional Convention, the experience of the Revolutionary War showed that militias were not adept at fighting foreign regular armies, and thus we needed to create a standing army to protect the U.S. The founders also saw a need to protect the citizens from a rogue standing army of the United States or the government becoming too tyrannical. And thus the Second Amendment was considered and ratified. According to Mr. Edwards of Fox News, July 2012, the Obama regime signed, however not ratified due to American outcry, the UN Arms Trade Treaty, which would allow signing governments to possess firearms while simultaneously disallowing and disarming their own citizens. The agreement under Article 15 would allow the UN to assist signing countries by means of supplies or foreign troops to enforce the treaty. What this means is that the UN would have legal authority to occupy the United States if the government became tyrannical and the citizens began to fight back. As you can see, the beliefs of the militia are not unreasonable, as the FBI might have you believe. Now we will visit a possible solution. According to Mr. Olin of Economy in Crisis, May 2014, those in government are becoming more reluctant to follow the wishes of their constituents. For instance, Americans want the U.S. to be less involved in foreign affairs, while only 19% of Americans want the U.S. to increase foreign activity. The Obama regime continues its drone program in Pakistan and aids Ukraine against Russia. We need our wishes heard by the U.S. government, as they need to control their agency, the FBI, from persecuting those who pursue the rights of the militia granted by the U.S. Constitution. Ultimately, they work for us. We do not work for them. They need to be accountable for their actions. We need to organize, mobilize, and let our voices be heard by peaceful protests until it's no longer a viable option. We need to stop supporting media that criminalizes and demonizes militias. We can combat tyrannical media by deciding how our media consumption and dollars are spent. In other words, we cast a vote every time we spend a dollar. In conclusion, militias should stop being harassed by the FBI, as the militia represent the rights of the American people. If our government really represented we the people, the militias would not be being persecuted and considered a problem by our government for abiding by the Constitution. The FBI wrongly accuses militias of domestic terrorism due to their ideology. The militia ideology and practice strictly coincides and supports the U.S. Constitution. And we the people need to let our voices be heard so that the government will stop trampling on our liberties and freedoms, such as that of the Second Amendment, and our right to organize under militia. Now is the time to take a stand for what is right, not what is hip or cool, or what corrupt politicians say is politically correct. Those in power do not want to relinquish their power and will do anything to retain it. United we stand, divided we fall.